eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good morning, I'm Taylor Upchurch. Today is Saturday, May 11th. It was 2 years ago when Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin, state representatives, and other local leaders in eastern Kentucky began recruiting a manufacturing company to come to the area. Yesterday, that goal became reality. Dajcor, a Canadian aluminum manufacturing company, is coming to Perry County. They'll be moving into the Coalfields Industrial Park, and Justin Case has more.
About 260 full-time jobs. That's how many people will be hired locally to work at the new facility.
It's a historic day for eastern Kentucky. These jobs will require people not only from Emera County, but from surrounding counties as well as up to an hour away who will commute to be able to work at this facility.
Chuck Sexton also helped recruit the company, taking multiple trips to the company's facility in Ontario. He says one major reason why Dajcor is choosing eastern Kentucky is because of the skilled workforce that is already here.
Thankfully, we were able to get them into the region a few times since then. To take a look at Hazard and Perry County. That seemed to be the right place for them. The community and the facilities there could meet their needs.
Dajcor will move into the old American Woodmark facility inside the industrial park. Sexton says the company will make products for a number of growing industries.
It's a huge growing sector, and it goes across multiple industries. So whether that's aerospace, automotive, so both transportation related, light rail transit, another transportation related piece.
Local trade programs in the region are already training people for the jobs Dajcor will be hiring for. They will need CNC machinists, press operators, fabricators, and many others.
They're going to be probably having about 10 to 12 different types of jobs, different job descriptions. And so we're going to be working to get those folks on board to learn how to use the press, because the press will be delivered as soon as construction is completed.
Company leaders will begin hiring immediately. Job fairs will be posted on social media through the Eastern Kentucky Concentrated Employment Program.
Not only is it great today for the families here, we've had a lot of families that's moved away that this may give them the opportunity to come back home.
Dajcor is investing nearly $20 million as it moves into eastern Kentucky.
Local officials who will be organizing the job fairs say Dajcor will hire 50 to 60 people by the end of this year. Their goal is to hire up to 260 people over the next 2 years. And now let's check in with meteorologist Shane Smith for a look at your forecast this morning. Shane, it's a little wet out there.
Definitely a little soggy out there this morning, Taylor, and we're going to continue to see wet weather for most of your Mother's Day weekend. Also dealing with a little bit of fog this morning. Check out the view from the National Weather Service webcam up in Jackson. Yikes. It is foggy. It is dreary out there. In fact, we're down to about 3/10 of a mile of visibility in Harlan, 1.5 miles in Wise, 4 miles here in Hazard, and up in Jackson, 3 miles down in Middlesboro. So a dreary start to the day, making it hard to see out there. The rain not helping matters, and there is plenty of it. You can see showers stretching from London up to Jackson, back up towards Ashland. Heavier rain concentrated from Harlan County up into Letcher County, over into Wise County, Virginia. All this rain lifting off to the east and northeast, and there is more of it heading our way later in the day. Temperatures right now running into the upper 50s to low 60s, and you can always check out the latest forecast on the WYMT weather app, and you can see on it today we're seeing temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 60s this afternoon. Shower chances stay with us off and on throughout the entire day. Not going to be a washout, but there will be several rounds of rain, not just today, but also carrying us into Mother's Day. A look at those rain chances on when we can see that for Mother's Day and how much we can see coming up here in a few minutes, Taylor.
Thanks, Shane. A large fire threatened homes in Harlan County earlier yesterday. This is drone video sent to us from a viewer. It all started around 1:30 and destroyed 2 outbuildings along Daniel Hill in Baxter. Along with it, the flames burned several cars. Judge Executive Dan Mosley said on Facebook it spread to the mountain and put homes in danger. The cause of the fire is still unknown. And an eastern Kentucky man is now behind bars in connection with a school burglary. Investigators say Gary Combs stole nearly $20,000 worth of equipment and supplies. Here he is. Combs faces a charge of second-degree burglary. Investigators say he broke into the Jones Fork Elementary School in Mousy. Here's security video they gave us. School officials told us he took iPads and other equipment from the small school. And police still need your help finding a man wanted for murder in Mingo County, West Virginia. Investigators say 19-year-old Khalil Woods killed Roger Markham and tried to kill Randall Bowen just across the border from Belfry in Pike County. Earlier this week, we talked to Markham's sister who lives in Pike County. She told us he leaves behind 2 teenage daughters. The sheriff says Woods also goes by the nickname Fresh. He should be considered dangerous. And a federal judge has struck down a Kentucky abortion law aimed at banning a common second trimester procedure to end pregnancies. U.S. District Judge Joseph McKinley ruled yesterday that the law would create a substantial obstacle to a woman's right to an abortion, violating constitutionally protected privacy rights. A spokeswoman for the governor says their legal team will appeal. The ACLU says the ruling affirms that health, not politics, will guide medical decisions about pregnancy. And the annual maternity fair was held Friday at primary care centers of Eastern Kentucky and Hazard. Expecting and new mothers filled the tent outside in the parking lot. This is the 6th year Primary Care and Hazard Appalachian Regional Healthcare partnered up for the fair. People who attended also had the chance to win prizes like diapers and new chairs.
We also want to let the public know about all the different programs that are available to them. Let them know that that help is there for them if they need it.
One soon-to-be mom got a free delivery from ARH. Event organizers say they'll put on the event again next year. It's typically hosted around Mother's Day. And the Knox County Health Department held its annual Health and Wellness Fair. Staff say the annual Health and Wellness Fair has a different theme each year, and this year's theme was immunization. One of the major topics was HPV vaccinations. A representative from the American Cancer Society said around 81% of cancer in teens can be prevented with the vaccination.
We have in Kentucky the most people who are diagnosed with HPV-related cancers, which are 6 different types of cancer. So that's more than the whole country.
Health officials say there are 80 million Americans who have HPV, many of whom are not aware they have the virus. And city officials met with staff at the Southeastern Kentucky Medical Center. The Pineville City Council and Mayor Scott Maiden called an emergency meeting on Thursday to discuss the future of the hospital. Maiden said Friday morning hospital administration asked him to talk to the employees about how they plan to work together and save the hospital, leaving many employees motivated to stay.
Everybody's encouraged, uplifting. We're on the right track with the mayor stepping in.
Maiden says his goal is to have a full plan together within the next 90 days. And the 34th annual Big Sandy Senior Games kicked off in Floyd County Friday. More than 100 people from across the Big Sandy region came out to compete in the first game of the competition, bowling. WYMT's Connor James has more from the Bullwright Lanes in Prestonsburg.
Don't let their age fool you.
I hope I've done good.
They've actually been coming 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time, getting ready for bowling.
This is quite the competitive group.
My high game, a few years ago was 267, and I bowled 200 many times.
Just for reference, Basil Hall turns 90 next month. He's still bowling 200-point game. And 300 is a perfect game.
We call this our big annual event. We love to see the senior citizens smile.
The Big Sandy Senior Games always draws in a crowd. This year is no exception.
I'm going to do the best I can.
At 92, Della Allen still looks forward to this every year.
Makes you feel younger, makes you feel better, takes care of all your troubles at home. So when you come out this place, you come for fun.
Having fun is what it's all about. It also doesn't hurt taking home a few gold medals.
I have a stack of them. I think I have my share.
But at the end of the day...
Also, it's like a big community. Like some of these seniors don't see each other till this time of the year from other counties, and they're chatting, catching up.
Just being able to spend some time in good company is all that matters. In Floyd County, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
This is just the first of multiple games that the seniors compete in. Next week's will be the outdoors game. We plan to have highlights from that event as well. Coming up on Mountain News this morning, any talk of Iran and the U.S. persuading Tehran to give up its nuclear program might be ruled out. And later in sports, reporter Tommy Poole has more of one of the first colleges to give out full scholarships for their esports team. And it just so happens to be right here in Eastern Kentucky.
And soggy conditions are in store for Eastern Kentucky on this Mother's Day weekend. A full breakdown of the rain chances right after this.